About NIS, and then we talked about the advantage of NIS and also disadvantages of NIS. And we talked about other various naming services like NIS Plus, then LDAP. LDAP, the P is missing here, it got erased. And then Federal Name Service, right, which is a combination of all name services. Then we found out, we already mentioned to you how to set up a name server. So we have to use ypinit command to set up any name server and even client. So we use options minus M for master, S for slave, C for client, right? And in the server, in the master server, there are more daemons running because the same ones related to password update and all running in the master, because master is read and write, but the slave is read only. Okay. We can have clients up to maximum of 30 by using only NIS, right? Only NIS. That is one disadvantage. And we have few commands starting with WP, and some commands start with other options like get empty, right? Other alphabets like G and so on. The original name was Yellow Pages. They changed the name to NIS. Okay. And to set up the server, you have to copy the etc files into one central place. We don't want that central place to be etc, so we selected WAV-IP as a standard. Then we create a domain name, and when we configure the NIS server, the system will automatically create a directory called, in this example, called uWinPro, because that is the domain name we gave, right? So we will have WAV-IP uWinPro. Under the uWinPro, we will have all the maps created. I told you for each text file, there will be how many maps created for each text file? Four maps will be created. And the maps will be actually indexed by two key fields, right? Two key fields. In the case of Ethernet, it's like this. We already discussed about that, right? And we can push the push the information or the replica, whatever it is, from the master server to the slave, and also we can push from the slave, pull from the slave, right? From the master. For that we have to use YPXFR, and the daemon which is used for that is this. Okay. And also there is a file which is read during the installation of master. That file is make file, which is under WAV-IP, right? Provided you copy the CDs in full, right? And also there is another command called make. Whenever you wanted to update the maps, one map or two maps, not the entire set of maps, you use a command called make, which is in the USR CCS bin directory. Okay. In the case of earlier version like Solaris 9 up to Solaris 9, you have to start this by going to a directory. Maybe most probably I will check the directory. It should be under USR libnet svc or net svc directory, and then you have to start the naming service. We will check the directory, right? But in the case of 10, no problem. We have a service running for that, so we can start the service using that svc add-on command, right? But I told you there are some disadvantages in using NIS. Can you tell me the disadvantages using NIS?
Only 30 clients.
Pardon?
Only 30 clients.
You can support only 30 clients, provided the master is faster than the client, right? Then what else? The security wise, it doesn't have much security. That is one disadvantage. And the third thing is,
The whole map is.
pardon?
I think the whole map.
The whole map has to be moved whenever a map is changed or modified, right? And also, it is a flat structure. We can't have an hierarchical domain. It's a flat domain, right? We can't have education, UWin Pro like that, right? It's not hierarchical, right? Flat. Even if you give a name which is like looks like hierarchical, it's not hierarchical, right? Then what is the other disadvantage? Its users, NIS uses maps, right? And maps are okay, but the only thing is the other disadvantages are there, right? And maps has to be moved in full. That is the disadvantage of map, right? Any other disadvantages? But good feature is configuration is very easy. It takes only few steps. Pardon?
All one location.
All in one location means?
One configuration.
Yeah. So that is easy. Configuration is very easy. Just few minutes, right? According to Aisha, 4-5 seconds
Not
or
for
something.
me actually.
5
Only
seconds.
for few people.
It's very fast. You don't need any expertise. Anybody can do. You can teach a 5 years old, 10 years old child. She will do it, right? Okay. It's not difficult to do, right? Nothing high tech there, right?
I think one time if you do it, then it's not that high tech. First time it's a little bit high tech.
Okay. Then we have to improve NIS, right? The NIS is very good because it saves all the configuration files. It puts all the configuration files like password, right? Then automatically shadow password also, the password is shared also, the actual password is shared also. Then users can log in, authenticate. So users can authenticate, right? In NIS, users can authenticate using the map. They don't get authorizations, only authentication, right? And the second advantage is it has all the etc files centralized. Right? It has all, even the net mask centralized, time zone centralized, everything, all the configuration files are centralized. But it has some disadvantages. Because of the disadvantages, we have to look for something else. But if you have small network which goes to the internet, then I can use NIS and DNS. But if I have a large network and I want to centralize all these files, then I have to use another technology called NIS Plus. So NIS Plus is completely a different technology, but it's a more advanced technology than NIS. But it's completely different technology, okay? But it's more advanced.
But it's very deceiving.
Pardon?
They should not have the NIS plus name to it.
But it does the same thing, right, almost.
Okay.
The functional wise,
Okay.
functionality is same.
Okay.
NIS uses maps, NIS Plus uses tables. And NIS is a flat structure, NIS Plus is hierarchical. NIS has low level security. NIS Plus have 3 levels of security. And the highest level is the default level. Okay? Highest level is the default level. And if suppose a particular record is changed, only that record is replicated in NIS Plus, not the entire table. You need expertise, expertise in setting up NIS Plus. It's not that easy compared to NIS. NIS Plus can support how many computers, clients? 10,000. In the NIS Plus, the root server and the other servers, some other servers are also read and write. So they can be geographically distributed. So NIS Plus has a lot of good features. But only thing is setting up takes time.
So all maps are read and write?
Not
No,
maps,
in the
tables.
non-root servers also, the maps are read and write, not maps, tables.
Tables are read and write.
So that's why I can geographically distribute them. Otherwise, how can I have 10,000 clients?